And welcome back to part 2 of What If Mikoto Uchiha Adopted Naruto Uzumaki. So last time in Naruto What If, Itachi had killed the Uchiha clan. He'd gone through with his mission to kill off the clan before they did a coup. But he didn't just leave Naruto and Sasuke alive, he did leave his mother alive because his mother showed legitimate regret. How I compared it was, in the original, her and her husband were very stone-faced and very, determined in their goal. That's like, no, this is the path we chose, and this is the path you chose. We're proud of you. This one, though, she came to regret because she also had Naruto in her life, and she knew it was the son of her friend. So the choice to do it was a very difficult choice. It was breaking her heart, and Itachi saw this, so he actually did spare his mom that pain and gave her a chance to make amends. Now, I had a viewer comment that I messed up a lot on my history and things along those lines. Now, I am occasionally going to mess up no matter how good of a job I do with research, whatnot. But admittedly, there are a couple things he pointed out that are fair, that the Uchiha didn't plan to use the Kyuubi until later on. The trust of the Uchiha was... the coup wasn't even starting to be planned until after the Nine-Tailed Fox, because that's when they thought the Uchiha had something to do with it, and that's when the mistrust got placed in the Uchiha clan. Several other things got brought up. Some of them I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'm not certain where you're getting that from. You'd think that other sources besides just the data books would have that, but whatever. But point being, I admit there's some things I messed up on, but we're going to work with it the way we worked with it. To be completely honest, if you really think about it from the standpoint of how I phrased the last part of this what if, probably wouldn't have changed in all honesty. If anything, it probably would have made what happened a lot more likely to happen. If they weren't planning the coup initially, fine, but then obviously the coup did they were planning the coup and they would plan to use Naruto, and Mikoto would be even less inclined to use Naruto than she already was, so really it still leads to that point overall. But now we have hit the point in the story, now that we're about 2.5 minutes in, where Mikoto goes in to the room that her sons are currently sitting in. They're not playing, they're kind of just sitting and talking and just, trying to process what happened. And they see her mom, like, Mom, and, hi, honeys. So the question I have to now answer is, does she tell Naruto and Sasuke why Itachi did it? Does she think they'll understand? Should she withhold it from them? She sits down her sons, and they're both sitting there. She's holding them, and she just holds them tight, and she starts just crying, saying, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything." Mom, why are you sorry? Why are you crying, Mom? And she then starts to explain that Itachi did and she says it, and it's weird for them to hear. It's like they don't get it. It's like, Itachi, your brother did the right thing. It's like, what? Why? He killed, and now Sasuke is starting to cry, and he's actually getting upset too. He's like, he killed Dad, killed everyone. You think this was the right thing to do? What do you mean, Mom? What do you mean? And she just grabs her son again, just holds him there. It's like, what are you talking about? After she lets him cry out, Naruto's nature is always a bit more inquisitive, curious, go with the flow. So he's a bit more willing to at least listen to his mom from the beat, but he is still asking why. She explains that when you love something, you protect it. No matter what, and if you love something more than you love yourself, more than you love anything else, you protect that with your life. That's what Itachi did. And she explains, and she goes and says that the clan was going to do a bad thing at kids. It's like, what? What do you mean? It's like, and she simplifies it because she knows they're very young, so they're not going to understand the eco-political standpoint of why they were doing what they were doing, or the political nature and power, and the personal nature of what they're doing. But the clan's been mistrusted about this, and this, and your father and I and many of the other clan members were planning to do a coup. We were planning to take over the village, and unfortunately, a lot of innocent people were going to die, and a lot of our clansmen were going to die, and a lot of unnecessary deaths were going to happen. And Itachi loved the village so much. He loved his home so much that he couldn't let that happen, and that's why he did what he did. But and then Naruto and Sasuke is like, well, why didn't he attack? And Sasuke actually asked the question, why didn't he attack us? It's like, because there's one thing he loved more than even the village. He loved you two more than the village. Did he love you more than the village, Mom? They asked that question, and she does have to think. It's like, and she honestly answers, I honestly don't know, honey. I was part of the coup. I eventually couldn't. I don't. My heart was breaking thinking about going through with it, but I was part of it. I think your brother saw that I didn't ultimately want to go through with it, but my duty to your father was what kept me going through it. So, yeah. So maybe he saw that. Maybe he did love me more than that, more than the village. Maybe not. Maybe we'll never know. All I know is he left me alive, and I will never leave you two so long as I live. And she holds them, and to their credit, they're kind of wrapped. Because remember, it's Naruto, it's the ninja world. Even if they're 5 or 6, 4, whatever, they can kind of grasp some of this, just because of it's the way of the ninjas, the world they live in. They can't grasp the really specifics by it. They can kind of understand that. It's like the family was going to do something that was going to hurt and kill a lot of people, and Itachi couldn't do that. Naruto and Sasuke are just holding their mom, and it's okay, Mom. It's going to be okay. It's like Sasuke's like, I don't think I'll ever. Sasuke stands up and is like, I don't know if I'll ever forgive Itachi. But when I see him again, I will look him in the face and ask him myself. And get an answer from myself. And Naruto stands and says like, no, we're gonna look him in the face and ask him ourselves. He's both of our brothers, or he is our brother. And we will have him answer for what he did, be it for the right reason or the wrong reason. We can promise you that, Mom. We'll bring him back alive, so he can look you in the face and give you an apology too. And then, it's like, and Mikoto's just thinking to yourself, they're young, they still don't get it. He's not the one who needs to apologize. God bless their innocence. So that's where they stand. They're still going to be altered from this event. Don't get me wrong, but they live in a world where death happens on a daily basis, and they got to make the best of what's happened. Now, one other thing I do want to bring up is that someone asked the question in the comments. And it's a fair question, legitimately a fair question. Why didn't the Fox Chakra start to funnel into Naruto when he saw his dad there dead on the ground? Basically, the pure anger. Why didn't it funnel through? Well, there's two reasons behind that, honestly, at least in my mind. A, when it happened with Haku, this is 12 years after the seal was placed on. Kakashi even said that the seal had only loosened. It didn't break or anything like that. Which means the seal has been sealed up tight for years. I would imagine at the age they're at now, Naruto actually couldn't trigger the Fox Chakra like he did during Haku. The seal hasn't really loosened at all enough yet for that to happen. But B, and more importantly, we know for a fact that the Sharingan can subjugate the Kyuubi. We know it can subjugate Kurama. And we know that it can manipulate a Jinchuriki to a certain degree. When you have Itachi with a Mangekyo, with the Sharingan out, with the fact that Naruto's seal probably is still too tight for the Fox to really do any sort of influence, then yeah, it's not going to really pop out and influence him. But now we can move past that. What is happening with Sasuke and Naruto later down the road as they enroll in the academy? Well, we first got to look at what their personalities are like right now. Sorry, I got a hair that keeps popping up. Itching the hell out of my nose. Naruto is very much Naruto. I mean, he's not playing pranks on the village, but he's still got a lot of energy. He still has it because he does still have his mom. He has his brother. He's actually still a pretty generally happy guy. The memories of that night do haunt him. There are moments where he may wake up in the middle of the night, and even Sasuke, I bet, wakes up in the middle of the night screaming at points. And his mom even has to go and comfort him. And, it's messed them up to some degree. Naruto does have some trust issues past Sasuke and his mom, but he's at least willing to try and move past it. He understands that he needs to make the effort to make friends past just his brother. But it's difficult when one of his siblings killed his entire family, or nearly his entire family. Add on to that, with training, Naruto has at least gotten down to Shuriken Jutsu, just like Sasuke eventually does. Obviously, he does not have a Sharingan, so he does not activate that. He is also, what I would like to see, what I see Naruto doing is really focusing on his wind jutsu. He learned the Great Breakthrough. He's now got the Gale Palm down. He's probably working on some other ones that he hasn't gotten down yet. Right now, he's struggling mostly with the Clone Jutsu, which he can't get down for obvious reasons, even with improved chakra nature, which he would probably have. And he's also, adopted the Intercepting Fist, which is the taijutsu style of the Uchiha clan. Now, Naruto isn't as naturally gifted with it as, say, a natural-born Uchiha because of the Sharingan that the Uchiha possess allows them to predict their opponent's moves. But Naruto's own unpredictable nature, his ability to go with the flow, allows him to put a new kind of spin on it. So Naruto Uzumaki Uchiha, Uzumaki way of the Intercepting Fist, has a bit more flow to it. Almost like a drunken fist mixed with like Bagua almost. Bagua, there's a lot of circular motion, so it's a lot of flowing, swerving, things along those lines. Sasuke, as I said, he's not as cold, distant, or not unfriendly is not the right term I want to use. He's not as cold, distant, or unsociable as he is in the original series by a long shot, because he still has his brother, he still has his mom. He's been working on his fire style jutsu. We know he has the fireball jutsu. Him and Naruto work out combinations. We actually don't know when he learned the Phoenix Flower jutsu. My guess is he probably learned it sometime before the Land of the Waves, but well before the beginning of the series, or well after the beginning of the series. So, I don't know. I'll be willing to say, though, to keep up with his brother, he already learned the Phoenix Flower jutsu. And probably, we're like Naruto working on other fire jutsu that he still needs practice with. One thing that's been pointed out to Sasuke one day, because of his brother, is that he did in fact activate his Sharingan. And Sasuke was like, wait, what? And then he looked in the mirror and it's like, holy crap, I did. So that's been really aiding them in training, because I would akin to see Naruto and Sasuke being relatively equal, having, normal, like a guy Kakashi relationship, like 25 to 25. It's like, they're almost completely even when it comes to like their taijutsu sparring. But when Sasuke activated the Sharingan, it tipped the scales in his favor, which allowed Naruto to try to improvise his Intercepting Fist, Uzumaki Fist, if you will, which allowed them to even the score again, because Naruto's unpredictable nature is a little bit of an offset to the Sharingan. But as I said, Sasuke's attitude and personality, he's not like a go-lucky like Naruto, but he's at least able to engage in conversation with his classmates, even consider some of them good acquaintances. Maybe not close friends, but good acquaintances. Like he can have a conversation with someone like Shino, surprisingly, because Shino's very down to earth. Like a Hinata, because Hinata is one of the only women who doesn't hound him. Like even a Shikamaru or a Choji, because they're just generally nice guys. He can have a conversation with them, that's fine. But he still keeps most to himself when he's not at home with his brother or mother. He's also still first in the class. So Naruto's not a slouch. His mom strictly pounds that information into him. It's like, no. You're going to be at least at minimum, you're going to pass those grids. You don't have to pass the flying colors, but you got to get a C or better. And and Naruto, I imagine, averages somewhere between a C plus and a B usually. He's a little above average in terms of his intelligence because his mom schools him and that kind of stuff. It's like, no, you better be good at school, otherwise I'm going to kick your ass. Now, one thing surprisingly that Naruto and Sasuke can agree on is that fangirls suck. Because they carry the name of the Uchiha with them, they're hounded. Yes, even Naruto is hounded. Not quite to the same degree as Sasuke, because they know Naruto is adopted. Naruto even knows that he's adopted. And he's probably made that known, but the fact that he carries the Uchiha name with him, and the fact that Uchiha adopted him, signals to them that, he must be special, that they adopted him. It's like, Naruto. So, in this version, you actually see both Sasuke and Ino hounding both Naruto and Sasuke. And I think that would actually be hilarious. At first, Naruto, I think, would actually like the attention, but he quickly sees why his brother hates it after they won't leave him alone. And after a while, Naruto even has to tell them to buzz off. It's like, come on, guys, leave us alone. It's like, buzz off! Come on! Leave us alone. Let us eat our lunch in peace. Ugh. I actually see, surprisingly, and not, believe it or not in a romantic sense at all, not at least not to begin with. I honestly don't know if I'll go this route. This is still the early stage of this what if, and I have a general idea where the story's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not for this particular Naruto what if. Naruto and Sasuke, like I said, Sasuke can have a general, really easy conversation with Hinata. She's one of the few girls who doesn't hound them. Naruto's the exact same way. Difference is Naruto actually considers Hinata, someone like Hinata, Shino, I'd actually say even Shikamaru and Choji, legitimately good people, and he could actually consider them friends. And Hinata actually appreciates Naruto encouraged her to do her best. She does appreciate that. Difference is that this Naruto hasn't saved her from bullies or anything like that, simply because he's not on his own as much. He's with his brother. I mean, yeah, he goes out on his own, but he's not with his brother. He's with his brother or he's with his mother. I'm sure at some point, if he was there, this Naruto still would save her from bullies, and I bet that would still happen at one point. But ultimately, this Hinata she likes him. He's a nice guy, and she likes him. And you know, he doesn't belittle her. He encourages her, and she can appreciate that. And maybe you could. And let's be honest, she still probably found him physically attractive. Hormones. What are you gonna do? Girls develop faster than boys now. But if there is any romantic intention on Hinata's part, it is at the minimalist version of a beginning crush. Like, she's like, he's nice. And like, maybe she'll have a lingering glance on him. It's like, he's one of the few guys who's actually really nice to me. So that's the kind of relationship, at least right now, that I can see for them. Whether or not I choose to go into a relationship with them again, we'll wait and see. And I know I'm going to get people saying, oh, please don't do it again. Look, I go where the story naturally progresses in terms of the history, in the way the story naturally progressed versus the change in how that story actually plays out. But like I said, I'll be honest, I'm not sure where I'm going with that right now. We'll see. But anyway, we cut now back to the Uchiha homestead. You know, Mikoto, because she's pretty much the last adult Uchiha, and they don't. I mean, the Uchiha probably had a very nice, wealthy fortune. So, and that's between all the Uchihas. So you put that all together, Mikoto doesn't have to work. Now, someone actually made a question: is Mikoto actually a Jonin? It's like, yeah, I looked that up. She was a Jonin. Whether or not what she actually was good at is anyone's guess. She did offer to help Sasuke with the Shuriken Jutsu, so she probably was good with weapons. She obviously, she more than likely had a fire element, so she was probably good at fire jutsu as well. And as a Jonin, she probably had access to a couple techniques mostly Jonin only have. Particularly one that we're about to get to. So Naruto and Sasuke, this is much later into the academy. Naruto and Sasuke are practicing, training, and they know that the academy has their basic 3 jutsu that they test on. Along with a written exam and other bits. I like to believe that there probably is a physical exam as well, like, you know, an obstacle course. I've seen a lot of fanfics do that. I like that concept. They just never say whether or not they do that. I know we do know that there is a paper test. We do know that because the grades weren't just by doing one jutsu. You had to, you know, show your academic skills, which Naruto failed miserably. But, you know, they're trying, and both Sasuke and Naruto are, you know, practicing and saying, okay, substitution. Boom, when they both use substitution. Great. Makoto's actually sitting there watching, standing in the kitchen, preparing some drinks. Everyone's like, she's looking at her sons with a smile. Like, they've really come a long way since then. And then they use transformation. They transform into each other. Then Sasuke goes into clone jutsu, makes 5 clones, easy. Naruto does the clone jutsu, the sickly clone. And less sickly clone, to be fair, because his chakra control is a lot better here. But a sickly clone nonetheless. And Makoto's like, And she kind of smiles like, why? And Naruto just pushes it, why can't I get this damn technique down? And, you know, Mikoto comes out and she's like, boys, I got lemonade for you. He's like, oh, thanks, Mom. It's like, oh, we've been working hard, but I got to get this down. Why can't I get this down? You and Sasuke can do it. And Mikoto just thinks for a moment, activates her Sharingan, because I'd have to believe, as an Uchiha, as a Jonin, she had to have a Sharingan. She activates her Sharingan and just thinks, And then a Sharingan can't measure your chakra capacity, but it can see chakra to a degree. And she's just, she's looking, saying, son, channel your chakra for a second. Flex your chakra. And he flexes his chakra and says, I think I see the problem here, honey. Don't worry, I got just a solution. You have, wait, what's my problem? You have way too much chakra. Wait, what? Your mother was from the your biological mom was from the Uzumaki clan. They were known for having enormous chakra reserves. Clearly inherited that from her. And your father probably wasn't a slouch either. And she secretly knew who the father was. She knew it was Minato. But that's something that she knows she can't say. But unfortunately, because of your large reserves, even though your chakra control keeps improving, with that as large a chakra reserve as you have, you're really not gonna get this kind of technique down. It's just not something for you, as she explains, because it's a genjutsu, really. It's an illusion. I mean, I think it's classified as a ninjutsu, the clone jutsu. I think it is, but I'll look it up while I'm talking. The clone jutsu. So while it's technically level, I think as a ninjutsu, it's derived more from the genjutsu style of ninjutsu than the not the shadow clone jutsu. That just randomly popped up. The clone jutsu. It's derived more from the illusion jutsu or illusions. Yeah, it's derived more from genjutsu than it is from ninjutsu, and she kind of explains that. Now let me see here. We're going. Okay, it is a basic ninjutsu. It's classified as such, but again, it shares more in common with genjutsu than ninjutsu. Anyway, she explains that. Okay, watch me. In fact, Sasuke, why don't you get your Sharingan and watch this as well? It's like Sharingan. It's like she does the hand sign, the Kakane Bushin, and she makes maybe 2 or 3 clones. It's like, oh well, okay, it's just a clone jutsu, Mom. How am I going to do that? How am I supposed to, do anything with that? Sasuke copies like, yeah, I'm not seeing the point either, Mom. It's like, and she just looks and is like, oh, is that right? And then she disappears and she kind of taps on it. It's like, got you. And it's like, wait, Mom, where are you? And she kisses him on the forehead. It's like, mwah, Mom loves you. It's like, Mom, that's gross. Why did you? And then they realize, wait, how did you do that? It's like, this is the shadow clone jutsu. It's the multi-shadow clone jutsu to be precise. Unlike the other one, it's a forbidden jutsu on that really only Jonin and Kage level of individuals can use because of the heavy amount of chakra it uses. It makes a solid clone. She explains the shadow clone jutsu, including the fact that it's actually used to gather information and could, in theory, be used for training. I was like, wait, it can gather information? Indeed. Here's a perfect example. Sasuke, go all my clones into the kitchen. I was like, fine. Naruto, turn around. And then they both turn around. And then the clone disappears. Like, oh, and then she looks at Sasuke. I'm guessing I gave you a big snuggly hug, told you were my little man, and I love you as always, and made you embarrassed. Is that right? Like, yeah, that's what happened. I told you the knowledge and experience from the clone goes to the user. It's like, whoa, really? Like, so you can do like serious training? Yes, but it's probably not advised. But not advised, at least not with your young chakras. It's like, okay, let me give him a shot then. Both him and Sasuke try it. Sasuke tries it, makes a single clone. It's like, oh, right, whoa. Yeah, I'm surprised you're actually able to make this single clone, honey. That was actually really good. Unfortunately, that seems to be your limit right now. Until your chakra reserves get larger, you're really not going to be able to do much past one single clone. Even that's going to be tiring. It's like, oh, wow, that is a lot. All right, honey, it's your turn. All right, multi-shadow clone jutsu. And Naruto does a similar thing. He doesn't go to like the 2,000 clones, but he does fill up the entire yard with like 100 clones. And they're both like, ha! It's like, I think I overdid it a little bit. Yeah, you're going to need to learn. Don't worry, what's surprised, you'll learn the exact amount of chakra for each individual clone. And Naruto dispels the clones. Like, whoa! And, he practices it with it, and obviously he gets it down. He knows how to make 1 clone or 3 clones or 100 clones, 1,000 clones, all that. It's all about the amount of chakra. And so we basically cut now to we leave off with them learning this jutsu, practicing with it. They won't really get any other techniques down for right now. Sasuke, if anything, will be working on his chakra control. Chakra control and chakra reserves, so he can actually use more clones. Naruto still is working on his chakra, control. And I'm certain their mother would help them out by teaching him both the tree walking and the water walking. So they'll know it by the time they go to whatever team they go on. That is where we're going to leave it off right now, because next episode, we'll be looking at the exams, how it goes, the Mizuki incident, what teams are going to be what. Stay tuned for that for next week. Until then, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time, folks. And as always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know the review at some point. Ideas for would win, Star Wars, superhero magic. What if? Anything to do in the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Punch that bell if you want to be notified for my videos. As always, later, folks.